All right, guys, welcome back to another video, and we're going to be trying something a little different today here. Probably a video that you guys didn't expect to see on this channel, but you guys know, even though we concentrate a lot on gaming on this channel and travel vlogs and stuff like that, I still do a lot of videos on technology. And that is why this product is being reviewed here today, because I wanted to show it to you guys who may be looking for stuff like this, because even though this may not be a channel that usually features things like this, a lot of people on this channel like to host events like I do. We like having board game nights. We do a lot of board game reviews on this channel. Or we have arcade nights with friends and stuff like that. And that usually includes alcoholic beverages with something like this. Like you're seeing in front of me, it's been something that a lot of people have talked about. This is the Bartesian cocktail maker. And I'll be honest and straight up with you guys right now, I'm not the biggest alcoholic drinker. But I do like to host events, and a lot of people who like to come over do like alcoholic drinks. The only alcoholic drink I actually like is the Malibu Bay Breeze. That's what I get every time I go out. And as you can see, we have the Bay Breeze right there. We're going to be trying it for the first time on this video using Malibu Bay Breeze, and we're going to see how that tastes like. But I'm also excited to try all these other different drinks that I may not have tried before. Even though I'm not like an alcoholic and I don't go out to bars all the time because I don't want to pay premium dollar for these liquors that I may not like, I'd be interested to try things like the Tequila Sunrise that a lot of people say is in that same family of the Malibu Bay Breeze. If you like that, you may like this. And also the fact that this machine will make a perfect alcoholic drink, or so they say. We're going to find out during this review every single time, because what I kind of suffer from is that since I'm not a person who makes alcoholic drinks all the time, is that like I like my things a little bit lighter than others. Some people like their liquors harder than others and more alcohol in them in each. And sometimes I don't know exactly how much to pour and how to make the perfect drink. Well, this machine kind of solves all that. Basically, the way that this works, if you guys are not familiar with other things that use capsules, you basically buy these capsules right here. Now, these don't have any alcohol inside of them, but they're little capsules that include things for the Tequila Sunrise. And then you buy the alcohol yourself separately, and you fill them up in these 4 bottles that this thing comes with. Or 5 bottles technically, but 4 in the machine going at once. And then you put the pods of whatever drink you want, and then it takes the alcohol that it needs because it reads the barcode on these, and it basically makes that drink for you, and it does exactly how much alcohol you tell it to. If you want to make a lighter drink, it puts less alcohol in it. If you want to make a harder liquor, then it pours more in it. So it takes all the pressure of you making a perfect cocktail every time you have a party with just putting in one of these, and you're ready to go, and you make the perfect alcoholic drink every time, which for someone like me, it sounds perfect for parties and stuff like that. For somebody who isn't going to know how to make all these drinks all the time, how much you should pour in each one, and this will make a perfect combination of it. And that's what I'm excited to try with this machine, and how these pods all work with this machine. And yeah, we're going to take a look at that on this channel here today, see if it's something interesting. And if you guys are interested in it, go ahead and check the link down below. That's my affiliate link on Amazon. It helps the channel a little bit. And I'm excited because this technically for me falls into a tech product, because it's being used like tech. Basically, it's making a drink for you without you having to do anything but put a pot in it, and it takes the drinks from different alcohols you guys are going to see, depending on what it needs. So to me, it feels like a tech product. It feels like something I want to have in my home and in my bar right behind me. So let's go ahead and open this up here and set it up and see what we have going on.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
All right, so I'm setting this up here on the bar area that I have. As you guys can see here, I have this set up right here on the counter. This little bottom piece here is a separate add-on that comes with this, and you can get it to store all your pods. I have to go ahead and open this. You can see it's attached here on the side with some things, so I'll take that out here in a minute. And then you can store your pods in there, which I'll show you guys at the end. But this is the machine here, and on the top, you can see it has 4 different areas and bottles to put your liquor in that you have to fill. So you can see the back one is gin and rum, because it's either or that you put in there. There is vodka over here on the front. There's whiskey over here on the right. And then there's tequila there on the back. So I kind of messed up a little bit because I got the alcohol before this machine came here. And I ended up getting gin and leaving the whiskey out because I wasn't really paying attention. And now I realize that like you can only put rum or gin in there at the same time, because this last bottle is for one or the other. So I'm going to have to go out. I'm going to go ahead and put the gin away and just store it for a different use case, because I feel like gin is not used in most of the stuff we're going to be making, which I should have thought about, and get whiskey to put in here. Otherwise, this one in this video is going to be empty because I don't have whiskey right now. But that's fine. We'll still put the vodka in there. We'll put the rum in the back there that I got, and I'll show you guys which one I'm using. And then we'll get whiskey another time, and then the tequila. And I like how all these bottles, as you can see, are labeled, so it knows exactly which bottle is which. Like this one's for the gin, and then all the bottles are labeled on the top of this lid here, which is cool. So you'll know exactly where to put them in when you wash them or whatever. And yes, you can store the alcohol in these bottles, and they just stay in there. It's not like you have to use them. They're liquid. They're tightly sealed, so they'll last as long as your liquor usually lasts, like, you know, a year to 3 years, depending on how it's in there, because they're tightly sealed in there, which is awesome. So you don't have to worry about that. So, and then it also did ask me to put in water in the back here. Here's the reservoir on the back of the machine. So you put water to fill in the back. It does tell you to use either filtered water or bottled water, not just like one from the sink. So I did put bottled water. I used 2.5 of these Poland Spring waters right here to fill that. So you can see I used 2 full ones and then this much of the next one. So that's what I put in the back here. You have to go through a first time use thing that the instructions tell you to do. So we're going to do that. So right now, after I put the water in there, the next step is to fill all of these bottles with whatever liquor you want. So like I said, we're going to fill 3 out of 4 since I can't fill the whiskey right now. So we're going to fill these 3 right now and see how it goes. So like I said, these are the 3 that we're filling this up with today. I went with, you can obviously use whatever brands you want. Tito's vodka is a really popular one that a lot of people say to use with this machine that works well with the drinks. Espolen is the tequila that, you know, we like and we've heard of before. That has also been talked about. Malibu is because I specifically, like I said in the beginning of the video, like Bay Breeze, and that's one of the pods that it comes with. And Malibu is technically the one that you put in there for the rum that I like. But otherwise, you know, Malibu, the rum that they tell you to use is probably a different one than this one, but I chose this one because I like Malibu Bay Breezes, which is the primary thing I want to try with you guys on this video because I know what that tastes like and I know how I like that. So I'm excited to try that one out. So that's why I went with this Malibu. Like I said, we also got this gin here. This is Bombay, the one that a lot of them recommend for this machine as well. Like I said, I'm not putting that in the machine because there's not a lot of gin drinks right now that you can use with it. I should have gotten the whiskey instead because like I talked about with this machine, one of the empty slots here is for the whiskey. So that's the one that should be filled when you get this machine. The gin and the rum, you have to rotate. And since I want more rum-based drinks, the rum is what's in there as opposed to the gin. You can see I've already filled this up with the 3 of them. It was really easy. You basically, I'll show you the empty one here. This is the whiskey one. You just pop this out here. No spillage or anything when I put them in. Like when you go like this with the bottle completely full, nothing comes out. You just unscrew this top like I talked about here and the labels on it, and you just put it right back in there, and then you just flip the bottle around and just squeeze it back in there and you're done. You just squeeze it down and then you're ready to go. So 3 of them are in there like I talked about. There is a touchscreen on this thing on the top that we're going to attempt to use here in a second. But yeah, I think we're ready to go now to go ahead and go through more of these tests to go through the first time use and see how that works. And just to note here, it does come with the extra bottle for gin. So when you make a drink that calls for gin, it will just ask you to switch the bottle out. So you don't have to like dump what's in here for rum or anything to put it in there. It comes with the 5th bottle and you just have this ready to go on the side. You swap over the gin bottle into that one and you're ready to go. So no worries on that. All right, so you can see we're going to do the first time setup here on this machine. Insert your capsule and close the lid. That's if you weren't doing a first time setup, you can do that now. But for the first time setup, we do need to hit on settings, and we're going to go ahead and hit first use, as you can see here. Basically, it says the water line needs to be primed for first time use. So I'm just going to go ahead and place one of my regular glasses underneath here and close the lid. Ensure the water reservoir has water, which we already did. That was the water reservoir I showed you guys before, and it says press W. And you can see it is priming the water right now for first time use. There you go, insert your capsule. So that was it. That's all you needed to do. For the first time use, we're going ahead and reading the instructions here. All 4 spritz bottles. You don't need to have all 4 inserted for this to work. Obviously, you guys see I'm not using one of them like we talked about. So water was as simple as that. So I think at this point, we are ready to make our first cocktail, but I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with all the different capsules to show you guys that real quick. Okay, so I did fill this up. Let's go ahead and talk about the pods real quick before we actually make a drink. So you can see I could pull it out, and all of these are right here, and you can take one of these out. Now, the way I chose to organize it is we got the vodka drinks on the left, we got the rums in the middle, we got the whiskey sour right there in the front. I only have one whiskey thing here, and then all these tequila ones. So you can see for tequila, we have margaritas, passion fruit, mango, blackberry, pineapple, and Tequila Sunrise here in the front. We got Rum Bay Breeze here in the middle. And then for the vodka, we got Sex on the Beach there in the front, Amaretto Sour there, Espresso Martini, Cosmopolitan, and Lemon Drop. So the reason that they're not completely filled up here, I only showcase a few of each one, so I know what's in here, and when people are over and guests come over, they know what I have in stock when they pull this out. But I keep the rest in my fridge because they last longer in the fridge. From what I read, they last about 6 months inside these pods, just kind of chilling here and stuff-ish right here. But they also do taste better from the fridge from everything I've read because obviously it's cold in the fridge, so it just is better to put them in there. So basically, and then if you put them in the fridge, they last another 2 months after those 6 months. And then if you put them in the freezer, they last even longer than that. So I'm gonna put them in the fridge. All these right here, they're the same stack of all the ones that I just showed you. And what I do is that every time I use either one of those or I go to the fridge to use it, I kind of just swap them out and keep this full of having one of each kind of one in here. So I know what I have and people who come over know what I have as well, but we can take them out of the fridge when they're ready to use or replace them when they're here. So that's how I have them set up. Each of these little boxes that it comes in comes with 8 capsules each. That's how they sell them. You can't just buy one individual one of each one. You have to buy 8 of each one or an assortment pack of sorts, like you can see here. And they're about $3 each. But if you sign up for a subscription for any of these, like for example, Rum Breeze is a really popular one. So they sell Rum Breeze in a pack of 8. So you can just get that. And they come out to about $2 each if you buy them on subscription. So if you like a certain drink a lot, you can just buy them a subscription and each of these capsules will be $2. So the drinks are still going to be cheaper than if you go to a bar and stuff because the capsules are about $2 each if you buy them on subscription. And then you'll be ready to go. Or $3 each if you just want to buy a random pack and just do it that way. And then all you need is the alcohol itself. And the alcohol sitting in here, like I said, does last as long as alcohol is supposed to last on the regular because this is sealed tight. So it's not any different than if you stored the alcohol in your bar area. It'd be the exact same thing. So works out really, really well. We got this ready to go. We got it turned on. It's telling me to insert the capsule. One of the other things that they sent me were all of these cups that we have here. So they sent me 2 of each. So we got this one here, right here. So that's the first cup. The second cup that they sent me is one of these. So we got 2 of each of these cups. And then we also got one of these bigger glasses as well. So we have 2 of each of these that I can use for certain drinks, which is great. And then when you make margaritas, they also sell this, like I talked about at the beginning of the video. So they got like the salt rimmer that you can go ahead and put salt around this, which is nice. So we got that. We're not going to use that today, but they do sell it and I do have it. And then the last thing that they sent me with this Bartesian Premium Cocktail book. This is the 2025 edition that just came out. Nice hardcover book, as you can see here, and kind of goes over all the different drinks that they kind of offer in 2025, all the seasonal drinks that they have. As you can see here, they have a bunch of interesting ones. Peanut Butter Cup, Candyman, Witch's Heart, all these different ones. They got all the whiskey ones in a certain section, all the tequila ones, the glassware that they sell, the rimmers, the gin, the rums that they sell, and the vodka. So I'm looking forward to trying new drinks that I've never tried before as I try these out. You can see all the seasonal releases and what they look like and what the ingredients is. And what I like is that what it pairs with is cool. So I like that it says that, like, hey, this one pairs well with Halloween candy and costumes. This one pairs well with a bonfire and pretzels. So it gives you interesting ideas on what to use these for. They come out on certain holidays for some of them. And then you can see here, if you scroll over to the whiskey one, and this is a really premium book feeling, you can see this pairs well with almonds, and this one pairs well with chocolate and planning a vacation. So it's cool that it kind of goes through that with the different books on what each of them pair with to make certain ones, which I think is pretty cool. But it's a nice premium book to have on deck to get ideas for certain drinks and to see their catalog, which I think is cool. All right, so let's go ahead and make a drink. Don't mind this thing that's here now. I was setting up the room and putting the decorations back where they belong and cleaning up the Christmas decorations in this room. So that's why that is there. And the pods are obviously underneath, which I can't open right now, but that's okay because we don't need the pods because I have the pod that we're going to be using to make this drink right here, the Tequila Sunrise that we're going to be trying. Just to let you guys know, I did try my favorite drink that I was talking about before. I wanted to try it so I can see how it all works before I show you guys this stuff. And it was amazing. The Bay Breeze that the capsule comes with is awesome. I did use Malibu, like I talked about in my bottle here. That's not probably the one that they recommend you to use with the Bartesian because it's not the one that's going to work well with every single rum drink on here, but since I knew that Malibu is my favorite and Bay Breeze, as far as rum-based drinks, is going to be my #1 priority on this machine, then that's why I chose that one. And man, does it taste good. It literally tastes just as good as what you would expect them to taste like at any bar I've ever had them at. And the fact that you can choose, as you guys are about to see, like a light version or a medium version or a mocktail version is amazing. So 10 out of 10 as far as that Bay Breeze, and that's going to make this machine dangerous as far as me wanting to keep using it and buying Bay Breezes, because like I said, I use that all the time. I've made that before myself by buying, you know, the pineapple and the and the ingredients myself, but it's not as easy as just putting a capsule in here and letting it mix exactly how much you want, depending on how much you want. And how extreme you want the drink to be, and it's just not the same. So it's cool that this machine does it for me, and I don't have to worry about it, which is going to make wanting a Malibu even more often, because now I know, hey, it's just a click of a button. Come over here, put a pod, and go. And that's what I really like about this machine. So now we're going to try Tequila Sunrise, and I have never had a Tequila Sunrise before. I told you guys at the beginning of the video, I'm not the biggest alcohol person. I got this more for entertaining and for my Malibu Bay Breezes, but I figured the drink I'm going to show you to make is one that I've never tried before, but it seems like it might be a drink that I would like because it's kind of made with some consistencies that are similar to a Bay Breeze, except it uses tequila as the base as opposed to rum. So that is what we're going to try right now. So as you can see, we have the pod. You can see that each one of these pods has these little barcodes on them, and that's how it knows what kind of drink you want. And basically what happens here is that you touch the top of the touchscreen to wake it up because it's asleep. And you can see that it wakes up. And you can see insert your capsule and close the lid. That's like step 1. So you go ahead and open this essentially. You lift it up. You go ahead and take the capsule that I just showed you guys. And you go ahead and insert it in there so it's flat and ready to go. Then you go ahead and put it in there. So as you can see, it tells you which cup to actually put it in there, and it tells you to put it with ice. So I got my cup with ice sitting right there as we're ready to go, and we're going to go ahead and hit next. You can see it has different spirit strengths that you can choose from. You can do mocktail, which means no alcohol and just the juice, and then light, and then regular. And you guys know I like my drinks light, but there is regular and strong. So we're going to go ahead and hit mix. It says no need to leave tip, which is pretty funny. And then you can see it is now dispensing the drink right now. It is going. Boom. There we go. And you can see just waiting for that top there to finish as it finishes dispensing, but most of it. And now it says cheers. Open the lid, remove the capsule. So basically you open this up real quick. You just take this capsule that it used, and I can smell the tequila on this compared to the rum that I had before, because I did not smell the rum like I smell this tequila right now, even at the light stance. Then you can go ahead, and if you're done making drinks, you can go ahead and put it to sleep. And then we have this right here. So I think it's that time to taste how this is going to be like. So we have Tequila Sunrise right here in front of us. If I smell this, it has a really strong smell. So we'll see what this tastes like here. I'm excited to try it. And you can definitely taste the tequila in this one. It does taste really good. I like the mixture and stuff like that. It does taste really good with the actual thing, but definitely not like my preferred drink, like I said, because I like drinks that are a little bit on the lighter side. And even with this light version, I can taste that tequila hardcore, where I can feel my throat, like, that burning sensation or whatever you want to call it with tequila. But still, it does taste really good. And I'm sure that people who like Tequila Sunrises would be really happy with this, as we have more of that. And yeah, this is a really good mixture of drinks, and that Rum Bay Breeze is my favorite, but that's not a shock. All right, so after that drink, I figured there was one more that we should try, because obviously I told you guys I tried a Malibu Bay Breeze, which was amazing. We tried a Tequila Sunrise, which was good, but even on the light side, you can definitely taste the alcohol, as you would expect in a Tequila Sunrise. It's not like a Malibu, like I talked about, that's a little bit lighter. So we're going to try another one here, and we're going to switch it up to a vodka-based drink. So we're going to try Sex on the Beach here. We're going to try that. That is orange juice and cranberry juice, a little bit mixtured in there, with obviously vodka as its main base. So we're going to go ahead and try that one now and see what this one entails. So we're going to go ahead and wake this back up here, and it says insert capsule. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Put the capsule right in there. Place a highball glass with ice under the dispenser is what it's telling us to do. So we got our ice right here that we're putting down there. There we go with the cup. Then we're gonna go ahead and hit next. We're gonna go ahead and hit light again. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit mix. Refining your cocktail experience, and there's the bubbles coming out of the vodka there. And there it goes, getting poured. And there it is all done. As we see, go ahead and open the lid here and take the pot out. So here we go. Sex on the beach here. This is my first time ever having one of these. I've never had one of these before. I wanted to try a vodka-based drink here. So let's see how this one tastes. This one is really good. I like this one. Yeah, this one, yep. Yeah, this is my kind of stuff right here. Like I talked about. So this is definitely on the lighter side. I can taste the vodka. It's not as like pure as the you know, non-existent alcohol that you can kind of taste in the light version of the Bay Breeze that I made. Where when you hit light, you can't taste that Malibu at all because it just mixes in the drink so well, which is how I like it. This one is a little bit further than that. This one I can taste the vodka a little bit on the light side, but it's not overpowering or strong or anything, which is how I would expect the light to be. So this is a perfect drink in my eyes as far as how that works. And like the actual mixture here is really, really good. This is something that I would drink and have on tap with my machine right next to my Malibu Bay Breeze. Of course, it's not as good as my Malibu. I've been having that for years and I still think that's number one, but this one can easily be, as of right now, I haven't tried every drink on this machine yet, but this is definitely my second, and that tequila-based one would be my third with the Tequila Sunrise, because again, as somebody who doesn't like strong drinks, that tequila was pretty strong on the light side. So let's go ahead and wrap up my thoughts. All right, guys, so that was my overview and review of the Bartesian as it all works there. This is obviously the first of its kind in my house. I've never had one before. And I do have some more thoughts and stuff of what I talked about with those drinks. I had some friends come over and I talked to them about some of these drinks and what I was talking about when I was drinking. I'm like, why one tasted stronger than the other. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I was pretty upfront about it, is I'm not like an alcoholic. I'm not like someone who goes out to bars all the time. So this is the main two reasons that I got one of these, which I was excited about, was one, for events and parties, because as you guys know, in this house, I have an arcade room, we have a board game room in here and stuff like that, and I always have people over at least once a month. And just because I don't like drinks doesn't mean I don't like serving them for other people, and this makes drinks a lot more fun to serve and have a lot more variety in your house. But then also, I knew that I liked Malibu, and I was hoping that it was going to be a great way for me to make Malibu all the time, and luckily, as you guys saw, that's exactly the case. So I'm going to be making Malibu on this every single week probably when I'm in the mood, especially as it's in the summertime and stuff like that. It just feels like you're in the mood for that stuff. It really is a great drink. And so I talked to some of my friends and talked to them about what they were drinking and stuff and why one was, you know, more tasteful with the alcohol than others. And I think everyone is right in telling me what you guys should expect with this machine. So when it comes to a Malibu, Malibu's a lot smoother. It's made easier to mix with drinks and stuff like that. And Malibu doesn't really have a strong taste that's going to overpower the fruity drinks that it's mixing into. That's why a lot of people mix drinks with Malibu. It's the same thing with vodka. This is the drink that I have here. The vodka Sex on the Beach drink right here is also leaning towards, you know, vodka is easily mixed in with other things. So you don't see a lot of people out there like doing shots of rum when they're doing shots. You don't see a lot of people doing vodka shots. I mean, some people do, but most people don't do vodka shots because those two things are usually used to mix in with other drinks. And that's exactly why those two drinks that I talked about, the Malibu and the Sex on the Beach, are great drinks in my eyes, because I tend to like more fruity drinks, as you guys can tell. I have no problem saying that. So the rum is very smooth and very easy to go down on light, where I don't taste the alcohol at all. And then the vodka, even here with the Grey Goose I'm using, even though I can taste it a little bit, it's not overpowering, because vodka is not an overpowering, you know, based alcohol. But when it comes to tequila and whiskey as well, which I haven't tried yet, but I know whiskey's in the same boat. Those two, whiskey and tequila, are overpowering. And that's why you see people out there when they want to do shots, they're like, let's do a tequila shot, let's do a whiskey shot, because that actually has a purpose to do those shots, because they're strong on their own and they takes like, you know, alcohol and stuff like that. They have a different base than what rum and vodka does. So the fact that those drinks were different levels, even though I put them all on, you know, the first level of light on the machine, it's not surprising that all three of them had a different effect on how much I liked them and how much the alcohol was overpowering. It just sounds like tequila probably isn't my favorite drink of them all. Obviously, rum is going to be my number one, and then vodka would be my number two, tequila would be my number three, and whiskey would be my number four. Whiskey's like my least favorite of the four for sure. So that's just how that works. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, because I was talking about it while I was doing the drinks, and I was like, let me talk to some other people who actually drink alcohol more than me so I can make this video a little bit more, you know, concrete in the details. And that's exactly what they told me, and it makes perfect sense. Like I said, it just sounds like tequila is more the stronger base, and it obviously has that more overpowering. Tequila has always been overpowering. And even the tequila sunrise that I had, you got to remember it only has one fruit in it, or one main ingredient when it's mixing in, which is the orange juice. When it comes to the Sex on the Beach and Malibu, they're based on two. They have pineapple and cranberry, and this one has cranberry and orange juice. So they have two fruit drinks that are mixing in, which is hiding the alcohol even more. Where the tequila, you know, the tequila sunrise I had is literally just orange juice. So all of that is playing into the factor that you're going to taste the tequila more even on light. It's going to tingle your throat just like tequila is supposed to, because that's just how the alcohol is. And that's obviously, from a noob like me when it comes to alcohol, is something that I learned while having this machine, but it is good to know. And would I ever have that drink again? Like I said, Malibu, my number one. I'll make it when I'm home alone with nobody here. Don't need to have a party for it. Sex on the Beach, I would have again. It wouldn't be my drink of choice that I would have all the time. When I want to have a drink, it'd still be the Malibu. But if I was at a party and I had one of these and stuff like that, that I would definitely have that again. And tequila, I would only drink if everyone was here and they were like, let's do tequila. And that's kind of what the vibe was. Then I would follow along with them, but I wouldn't ever choose that drink on my own. Now, it is going to be interesting because obviously I only tried 3 drinks and this makes a lot more than that. And I don't have every capsule that they've made, obviously, or anything like that. But this has opened up my eyes that, hey, maybe I do like more things than just Malibu Bay Breeze that I've been drinking all the time. And this machine is awesome for letting me try things. I would have never known that I like Sex on the Beach because I would have never ordered it thinking that I'm not going to like it, because I always thought rum was my favorite thing. And now with the Malibu, I'm going to go ahead and try other ones, not just the Bay Breeze, but the other rum-based drinks that they have, and try those. And then I'll try more of the vodka-based drinks and see how much I like those, which is going to be a lot of fun to do. And even the tequila, I'm not immediately going to get rid of tequila out of my mind. I'm still going to try other margaritas, like, just to see if I like them more than others. But everyone has been telling me, like, you just probably don't like tequila, because regardless of any margarita that I try, tequila is still the overpowering flavor of what you're going to get out of those drinks. But again, it's not something that I think is disgusting, as you guys saw in the video. I didn't take a sip of the tequila and throw up or anything, or not like it. It's just not my preferred drink, and I would have to be forced by someone to be like, let's do a tequila shot, or let's do one of your tequila drinks, to actually go out there and buy it. So for me, I'll have the tequila shots on deck for people who come over, because I know tequila is really popular, but it's not going to be the one I reach to. I'm going to reach for anything rum-based, and probably a lot of things vodka-based as well. But hey, that's perfectly great to me. The fact that I have 2 of the drinks, two based alcohols that I can drink at any time, and try all these new mixed drinks that I've never tried before, and, you know, leave the other 2 that are on here for you know, the guests that come over, that's perfectly fine by me, and it's still well worth the machine. I love that this machine lets me try new things, try new alcohol that I wasn't going to try before, and that I'm in the comfort of my own house, and that's pretty fun. I love that now when people come over and I have these parties and board game nights, that I don't have to be like, I don't have any alcohol here, because I'm not an alcoholic drinker. Now I can have these ready to go in these things, and people can choose the drinks that they want, and I'm probably going to have now more drinks for people when they come over than they're going to usually have at any other party, unless if they're at a bar, because of all the variety of capsules that these guys have. I think they're up to over 60 capsules, and they sometimes make like holiday specials and stuff like that, which I kind of missed the boat on this holiday, that are going to be interesting to try. They have Halloween-based ones, Christmas ones, all that stuff that's interesting to try out and see how that stuff goes. But yeah, so I'm excited to keep exploring my options and seeing what stuff I like out there. But the machine in and of itself is really, really easy to use, as you guys saw. It's really awesome that, as you can see it behind me, that all 4 of those are ready to go, and it's really easy to swap the bottle that you need, because I said it comes with 5 bottles. The gin one isn't in there right now, and you can easily, it will tell you when to swap it. When you put a drink in, it will just tell you, hey, this drink needs gin, so swap out the rum and put the gin in, and you easily swap it in and out, and there's no spillage or anything like that when you're swapping it out, which is really nice. And really awesome about the machine. The fact that these are watertight are awesome, because that means that you can leave these in here for just as long as you would if you just had the bottles laying out. So they'll last anywhere from 1 to 3 years with the actual vodka, which is awesome. These bottles that have the alcohol in it are dishwasher safe. So even the rubbers that are on top to squeeze them tight, you can throw those in the dishwasher and wash them, or you can just wash them with regular hot water and soap if you want to, every time you take them out and stuff like that. The other thing that they tell you to wash is this little thing on the bottom that is for the cups, that kind of easily removes right here. This little black piece right here that kind of is where the cups sit. You usually just take that out and clean it off with hot water, same thing. And then every once in a while, you clean the lid inside that has the capsules with like some hot water and stuff like that. The water in the back that I told you is used in it. You got to remember that that's not something you could leave in there at all times. You can't just leave the water in there forever, just like you could with the alcohol. That's something you got to, take out every once in a while. It depends on the temperature of your house. If you have it in a muggy room like a basement and it's humid down there, then, you're going to have to change that out like every day or two. Like every time you use it, you're just going to have to dump the water that you didn't use. So keep that in mind. You don't need to fill the water all the way to the top like I did. So you could just fill it up half and then like use that, or fill it up a quarter and then use that. So you're not wasting water all the time. But yeah, it's something to keep in mind. Now, if you live in like, if you're in the winter, like we are here right now in New Jersey, and you have it in an upstairs area and not in the basement, and it's not as humid, then I'll probably leave that water in there for like 2 weeks or so and then dump the water out. Same thing I do with my coffee machine that I have over there. I leave the water in there, dump it out after 2 weeks, and then I would do the same thing here. But that's just something to keep in mind when you're using this machine. But I love the capsule design of this. I love that you can get them for only $2 if you're on subscription, or $3 normally. I love that they're coming out with new ones all the time, which keeps it interesting. Like I said, they're over 60 now. They didn't have that many before. Now they do. They come out with seasonal ones, which is always awesome to try new drinks, which is going to keep people coming back for more. Obviously, people like me who haven't tried half of these is awesome. I love that, there's a pod for everyone out there, and people can try different drinks when they come over. Makes it fun. And I love that they have these glasses that you can use for them and stuff like that, which keeps things fun. This thing is really easy to clean, like I talked about. Makes it fun. And also is just a centered talking piece when people come over, because it just does the drinks for you. You don't have to do anything. It knows what alcohol to pour in there. It even tells you what glass to use. It tells you when to put the gin in. So it's all just very, techish, like I talked about in the beginning of this video. That's why I did this review. It's because it felt like a tech product to me. And I wanted to showcase it because I think a lot of people, even those of us who have arcade rooms and board games and stuff that I do reviews on this channel, we like to have people over sometimes, and that's kind of, something like this would be something that you may want to put into your house depending on, how you feel about it. So that's why I thought I'd bring it to you guys and show it to you guys. But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to cover. This thing is pretty awesome. I can't wait till the first event that I have with it to show it to everyone else that hasn't seen it yet. And I can't wait to keep trying new drinks, as I talked about in this video, and seeing what other options I explore out there that I really like, which is going to make this machine fun to have. And if you guys want to purchase your own, like I said, the link will be down in the description below for you guys to purchase your own and support the channel if you want to. Other than that, I hope you guys got a lot of good information out of how this machine works, even from somebody who's not an alcoholic drinker. This gives you my unique perspective of it, as opposed to being somebody who drinks all the time. So hopefully that was interesting to you guys as well. And if you guys have any questions, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.